So now we got Professor Shirogane with us too, but you also cannot play as him just like Luca.
Good. He's the worst, and I hate him.
He's a tiny old man.
He's a fool and a coot, and not the fun kind.
Old man, there's not even gold anymore. It's the future.
I don't want you to help anyone else in any other rubble, in case they're worse.
The Lone Cleanman. The Lone Cleanman seems cool, though.
Yeah, I'm down with that guy.
Yeah.
Everybody needs their dental hygiene. Except that old guy probably doesn't even have teeth.
He don't need teeth. He's at the age where you don't even need to care about teeth anymore.
You always need to care about teeth. That's just his foolishness.
Just give me the IV full of applesauce and just put it in my arm, all right? I have checked out on life.
Yes, you would. If you did that, you would.
Oh.
Get in that hole.
No, get it.
In the hole.
No.
Is this 100 hole?
No, it was just being really finicky. Ah yes, a gift trick file. Also, I somehow accidentally got switched over to just a random little kid.
Hi, kid.
He can't level up, get out of here. Get a different kid like Wonder Rex.
Alright.
So I showed that like Wonder Beer can move faster with Unite Morphs out.
Right.
That isn't actually exclusive to him. It works on like the different body types that are in the game.
Okay.
So
all the big fellas.
Yeah, fat dudes or big dudes, they move the fastest with Unite Morphs out. Little kids and women move the slowest, and standard bodies are just normal speed.
Okay.
Tombstone's also decent for getting those guys near death so you can recruit them.
Yeah. It's fun to have friends. Really big metal friends that used to be trying to tear you limb from limb.
Look, they're just really happy they got the mask. That's all it takes to turn them over to the other side. Just give them a cool mask.
You know, for all the benefits that come with being an invading alien force, fashion is not one of them.
Well, from like all of the little descriptions for some of the other wonderful ones, so many of them have a common thing where they're so good at something that even the enemies come to see him do it.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Chef. He has a 100-star restaurant. And the bad guys go there to eat because it's just so good.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, it's literally the only 100-star restaurant in the universe.
And he just cooks for, like, the love of cooking, so it's free.
Yeah. Also, some people off screen I want to grab first before I go any further, including Wonder Movie!
Wonder Movie!
Poison gas is not so good for my complexion.
Oh, it's a trap! Even your sentinel suits won't last long against the gas.
Roger. Team, let's move!
Roger.
You leave these guys behind, but I always felt really bad if I did that. Because they're choking to death. They even have little choking to death animations.
Your Wonderliner is really weird in these tight, boxy spaces.
Yeah.
It just keeps going all over the walls, but it still counts, so...
Yeah, it still counts. No escape.
Pull on that cord.
That alien's running into the wall because he just got kicked out of her group.
Oh, whoa, 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 oh! Where am I?
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Ah, you are all so late.
This time I have been waiting.
You're the late one, comrade. Where the heck have you been?
Commander Nelson orders me to be bodyguard for Professor following invasion. I fight alone. Many battles waiting for you.
Commander Nelson ordered you here? Amazing. He anticipated the enemy's movements perfectly.
But soon after I get here, I get lost. Then I find myself wandering. Alone. It is very lonely up above ceiling.
Yeah, what happened to guarding the professor?
Well, don't you be looking at me. I hadn't the foggiest notion old Yeller was even on board.
And also, on the way to airport to come here, I get lost. I almost miss plane, but then I board plane. Barely.
Whatever happened, happened. Right now we need your help, Mr. Ivan Eschennikov, a.k.a. the Hammering Ruski, Special Combat Agent, Siberia Field Office, Sentinel's Planetary Secret Service, Wonder Yellow!
It is my honor to serve, Capitan. My life is not even worthy of being yours. But it is yours. My life, so embarrassed.
Less conversation, more action, comrade.
Indeed. Here goes nothing. Wanderize Yellow!
Alright, this one's the best. He's my favorite.
I like Wonder Yellow a lot, yeah.
Unite, cover!
Draw a sword, then followed by a fist.
Sword fist.
Sword fist equals
It has
hammer.
more jets. Even more jets.
He has a jet-powered hammer.
So tell me about the Unite Hammer.
So the hammer is pretty rad. Once I stun both these dudes. It is the hardest hitting Unite morph in the game. It has huge jets in the back to make it hit harder. It has no combos. It just does single strikes, but they hit really hard. A 20 or larger hammer, when it fully connects, increases the multiplier by 0.2. With just the tiniest hammer, it's just 0.1. The larger the hammer is, so you know how the tombstone sends that shockwave out. Large hammers also send a shockwave out that does damage. So the larger the hammer is, the bigger the shockwave. And that right there is something I've been meaning to explain for a long time, so let's do that!
Okay.
So I mentioned, like, the hammer increases the combo multiplier by a lot, even more than the gun. Like, as far as single hits go, but the gun's still better for that just because it's much faster. But the combo multiplier here has some other benefits. Once it goes above 2.5, it adds special stuff to both the hand and sword. The hand gains the fire element, so now everything you punch bursts into flames. Everything takes, like, burning damage. You also throw fireballs when you punch.
Okay, sure.
It always stays on fire as long as the combo multiplier is up. The sword, on the other hand, gets covered in lightning.
As you'd expect.
Yep. Anything that gets hit with the lightning sword gets stunned a little bit, so they'll just freeze into place every couple of hits. The larger the hand and sword are, the more effective both of their elements are as well.
Yeah, sure, cool.
So these guys, for a lot of people, are the toughest enemies in the game. Another thing the hammer can do, they are completely covered in armor. the hammer can hit straight through armor and still do damage.
Oh, I love the chunky noise
Yeah.
as you hit through that
Yeah,
that
their
word
armor.
you said that rhymes with armor.
So the reason why these guys are so hard is that they're almost always in pairs. When you're attacking one turtle, the other turtle tries to cover, like that one on the right, smashes the ground to make pillars of fire appear. They can also stretch their necks out to bite you. So when you're attacking, whichever one you're attacking is always constantly trying to face you, so it can bite you or stomp on you. This attack, if you get squished into the ground, you cannot ukemi out of it. It has to be an attack that knocks you backwards. Also, that bite is really fast, and it's a piercing attack. But when you hit armor with the hammer, it will eventually destroy it, so any Unite Morph can be used on it. This isn't just for turtles. Any armored enemy can have their armor destroyed by the hammer.
Does that include spiked armor?
Not spiked armor. Any normal armor.
Okay, so that's just whip only still.
Yeah.
Okay.
When their shells are broken, they gain extra attacks, like shooting out a ton of fire at once. But yeah, these guys are just really difficult because when you first start out, it's harder to figure out when you have an opening to hit them with the slow-moving hammer. Because the other turtle is always just covering for his brother and always trying to bite you or get you with fire pillars.
That is the essence of turtle power. How many times are you gonna get that same bottle cap?
One more time, I think. However, you are not required to use the hammer to beat these guys.
Okay.
There's another good strategy for doing this. If they try to stomp on you with just one foot, you can send them off balance and then punch them and flip them over.
Of course.
Any Unite Morph can hurt them when they're flipped over, and any Unite Morph will also destroy their armor.
Fantastic.
And when the other turtle is covering for the other turtle, all of their attacks except for the bite involve fire, so if you flip the other turtle over and just pull out the fist, all of his fire attacks are completely nullified because your hand just absorbs fire.
You got a hammer stinger. You can hammer sting.
So the turtles are also vulnerable to a couple other things. Mainly when they're flipped over, you can grab them with the whip and throw them. Also, when their shells are broken, you can grab their little hooked tails and pull on them. And it just stuns them. It's not really useful, it's just a little Easter egg.
Is there a point in this game where you catch a tiger by the toe?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, those turtles are huge jerks, though. It takes a long time to get good at fighting those guys.
Strike it. Strike that.
So, with the hammer, it's kind of slow.
And so daintily balanced on his fingers.
So the larger it is, the greater the wind-up time on the hammer is. But the shockwave also activates other things. Like, even over here, that shockwave activated that roulette wheel. And I got incredibly lucky and landed on the Platinum Logos symbol. Landing on that gets you a wonderful one.
Oh, awesome.
You only have 3 chances.
Oh, not awesome.
You have 3 spins with the roulette wheel.
That is so not awesome.
Nope. He's from Vegas Island.
Okay. Yeah, what are some of the other things we can get?
You can get a small amount of money, a large amount of money, and also batteries.
Okay.
Yeah. Just batteries again.
And more batteries.
I'm fine with getting more batteries. And there's a bottle cap for getting something on all 3 spins.
The grayed out ones are just nothing.
Yeah. Another thing, there's hidden treasure underground that the hammer can reveal.
Of course there is. Of course. Is it like like you can tell because it's yellow or something? Is there any?
It's generally in the middle of circles or other patterns like this, but
so if you draw a circle around something and it doesn't pop up, then try hitting the middle with a hammer.
Yes. However, there is an item we can buy called the treasure sensor that is used specifically for finding hammer treasures.
At least there's that.
Yeah. What makes it easier also is, the shockwave from the large hammers also reveal treasure. So even if you're not near the treasure, if you pull out like a 100 size hammer and just slam the ground, it'll probably reveal any treasure hidden in the entire room.
Oh, alright then. That's cool.
Yep. That's a really easy raid fight.
So the strategy for that one is make a really big sword and go to town.
Yep, it's just a whole bunch of little UFO guys.
Alright. Oh, yellow box, yellow box.
So Wonder Yellow's hammer is called the Pico Pico hammer, I think. I don't know what
And
that
why
is
is
reference
that?
to. I don't know, actually. Also, when you're falling, there's a platinum coin.
Oh, those jerks.
Also, treasures are usually found in, like, the center of stuff. There are 3 bottle caps for finding all of the hammer treasures. And they are related to an unlockable, but there are a fair amount of walkthroughs.
Okay, sure, fine, whatever.
Also, when you're going through levels, like, you know, when you find a hammer treasure, it makes that little W marking appear. Those stay there
Okay.
on replays, so you know if you go there, you already know you found the treasure there.
Alright. No matter what you say, the worst thing of this game will always be its hidden secret philosophy, but okay.
Yeah, that's a common thread with most of Platinum games is that they're like, I would say like half the collectibles are like standard collectible things, like in how you find them, and then there's another half that's like really absurd and requires a walkthrough. Also, we just absorb lightning with the sword.
Hooray!
Alright.
From hell's heart, I sword at thee!
So on top of, also these guys, they have armor, but since we have the hammer,
They don't for much longer.
yeah. And like direct strikes, even with a small hammer on these guys, breaks their shields in like 2 hits maybe. Even faster than reflecting shots or lasers at them. That guy's not going where I wanted him to go. Get over there.
It's okay, it's okay. They can't all be as well trained as Wonder Red. That guy knows the book cover to cover, and he still reads it anyway.
Yeah. It's a great read!
He's the kind of guy that reads stereo instructions for fun.
Wow, I never knew this. Huh. If I switch a unit over to auxiliary... So we tried to open that lock earlier, and it didn't work because it has no power. So I gotta absorb electricity, but both with the hand and fist, when you absorb the respective element, when you put the Unite Morph away, you lose that element and you have to reabsorb it. So you only have it for as long as you keep it out.
Okay.
Which is like the extra benefit of getting your combo multiplier up really high. It's just that you keep that element as long as the combo multiplier is up.
Right. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Also, all these people are waiting to go to the bathroom?
That's why they need help!
Help! But it's like, look, I'll just recruit you. I'll just put all of you in the bathroom at once. Come on. All 100 of you.
Yeah.
Or, okay, guys. All 100 of you. This is one of the finicky toilets.
Those darn finicky toilets.
Listen, you guys, there was a steak in there.
Don't eat toilet steak. If there's anything you can learn from me, it's don't eat toilet snake or steak.
Or steaks. Toilet snakes especially, though. Like,
They will tear you up inside. It's what they're made to do.
also got a wonderful dummy for getting all the
Ooh.
platinum coins. Those guys are just,
Don't be a wonderful dummy. Don't eat toilet steak.
if you have a wonderful dummy in your inventory and you die, the dummy dies instead.
That's handy.
He even has the same dying animation as you do. So like, instead of you dying, this dummy just pops out of you and like dramatically flails about and then explodes.
That's great. Do these gooey fellas have any special, like, hammer, does hammer do anything to them?
So, no. So they're only weak to... Technically, they're weak to bladed weapons. So we have the sword, but there's another bladed weapon we can get at a later point that will also harm them.
Okay.
Let's rock, dudes and dudettes!
Here's a taunt move.
Okay.
We will use force!
You're such a cop, and I thought you were the good kind. Come on, man.
So successfully taunting an enemy for a couple seconds doubles your attack power.
That's handy.
You can only taunt when you're really close to an enemy, and you taunt by holding down both attack and team attack at the same time. Each main wonderful one has their own little saying, and some, but not all other wonderful ones, also have their own taunt voice clip.
There's just so much in this game.
Yeah.
It's full of stuff.
Like, the taunt move is like a secret move, too. It's not listed anywhere.
And you will never find all the stuff because they hid all their collectibles in the most obtuse and stupid ways.
Mm-hmm. Throw that cog on there.
Da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. See, this isn't Pikmin, it's Mario Galaxy. Mm-hmm. Or Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime.
They both had levels like that.
Yeah.
Or portions like that. That's not so bad. What makes this different than all the other ones exactly like it?
They're just less aggressive. They're tinier guys, so they only take a couple hits to blow up. They are designed specifically for this section and this section only. So on the gamepad...
Oh, it's a gamepad section. Cool.
Yeah, on the gamepad, you just have like an over-the-shoulder style camera. And you're in this little maze with all these enemies. There's poison gas in here, and to turn it off, you have to defeat all these little guys.
They have the gas key inside them?
Yeah. And, using the perspective on the top, we can navigate through the maze.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And you can also figure out where the little guys are, because they have those little glowing red antennas.
Right.
Yeah. So I think this is one of the ones I kind of don't like.
Oh?
I like the idea, and the execution's fine too, it's just the third-person camera is not great.
Yeah.
It's just, it would be fine if we were wide open, also you can break open some of these boxes and there'll be people in them.
Yeah, there are.
This is, he's a Volgograd. This is assignment, and his weapon's a Salsa 13, so he's just a reference to Golgo 13.
Nice.
Yep, and there's another cracked block over here.
Is his quote just an ellipsis?
I hope so.
That's gotta be one weird taunt, like the Dogu's wondering if it's been taunted or not.
His weapon is the baby face basher.
Hooray!
Watch out if you're a baby.
So that's the our first other
hammer user.
Other hammer, yeah.
Yep.
Now, this clock, is that counting down to when you suffocate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. The combo requirement for this section is super, super lenient. It's only 200 points. And you can get 200 points just from reflecting a single cannonball back at him.
Wow.
Yeah.
The time requirements seem pretty lenient too. You're just messing around, breaking boxes.
Yep. There's some other cracked blocks you can break.
I see one.
Yep, that one is just like a little shortcut to get behind one of the guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We've seen one of these before, but there's another hole here. Ball-sized hole with gust shooting out of it. There's another heart fragment.
If these guys would just stop running.
Help! Help, I'm getting real tired. I thought cardio was a great idea.
It's never a great idea.
It's not.
Just spend all day sitting at home. That's the way to make the real big bucks on YouTube.
Oh, jeez.
You know what you never see on Markiplier's channel? Workout tips. Think about it.
I flipped this guy over to try to knock him over, but that other dumb turtle's head's in the way.
Oh!
What a jerk.
These darn turtles sticking together.
These guys are pretty simple by themselves. It's just they were designed to work in pairs, and they're
Right.
almost always in pairs. If you knock a guy off balance and hit him with the hammer, though, it knocks them flat back on the ground, and you can't flip them over just because the hammer's an overhead attack.
Right. I like that. I like that that makes sense and is taken into account.
Yep. I know that bite attack is like one of their hardest attacks to avoid is because it kind of comes out fast. Their little tell is just their eyes flash red and they crouch down for a second.
Yeah, because there's not enough flashing lights as it is in this game. It's real easy to spot.
But that eventually becomes an attack you want because later on we can get a move that actually counterattacks that very easily. It makes them even easier to fight. Well, not even easier, easier to fight.
Hooray, you unlocked a convenience store.
Wonderful, man.
Look, man, the burritos here are great.
I do like the wonderful mart design, and that there's just a bunch of them everywhere.
Yeah.
It's great. It does look like they have really shitty burgers, though.
Yeah.